This is Zach Likes Music Too here with Journal. Thanks for meeting up with me at the late hours of the night.
Of course.
Only like 10, I guess, but late enough. But let's just start off with what's your name and what do you play in the band?
I'm Justin. I play drums. Tony, play guitar.
I'm Joe. I play guitar.
And how long has Journal been going on?
Justin and I started playing in a bunch of other, I don't know, we had a bunch of side projects, I guess. Or they weren't quite full bands yet, but we've been playing together for about
like 8 years. Since 2003.
8 years then?
Yeah.
And we picked up a few members along the way, but right now we just have also Tony. Unfortunately, we just lost a bass player. We've had more bass players than any other type of player in the band. So
they seem to be going, I mean, with a lot of bands I talk to, they seem to be like the hardest ones to keep.
Yeah, I don't know why that is, but
they're in high demand.
Yeah, pretty much if you're a bass player, you can play for any band you want. I mean, if you can kind of play the stuff, I mean, because people always need a bass player.
But that sounds, when you say that, like people that can play the stuff, I can only imagine after seeing you guys play right now, like that would be the most aggravating thing to try to relearn all the songs that you guys have as a bassist. It seems, I mean, like I said before, when you guys are playing, trying to count along or just trying to like see where you guys are going. Obviously, you guys have it mapped out and to the T, but where did that writing come from, influence-wise?
Well, Justin and I listen to a lot of different kind of extreme music. So does Tony, actually. But I guess back in the day when we were first starting to concoct this horrible mess of genres, we were listening to a lot of Dillinger.
Calculating Infinity was the...
Yeah, we like some Dream Theater,
Okay.
Candiria. I have this band I like, Training for Utopia. A lot of the music, a lot of the melody is heavily inspired by old video game classics.
Okay, I thought I heard
like,
some little
well,
bit of stuff.
there are a couple things where we'll throw in something from a video game. We do that intentionally. We make it known. We're not trying to hide it. But 99% of the music is original compositions.
That's awesome.
And it's just inspired by video games. Some of them are kind of favor like the Mega Man. Some of them kind of the Zelda, the Final Fantasy, a little bit. But I think the thing we most like to do is compose like big movements, big arrangements,
Yeah.
lots of layers. Something like if you took away the guitars and the drums and replaced it with strings and brass sections and all that, you could have a big a symphony, like a big classical piece.
Yeah.
So we try to do that, but with our own little niche in the metal arena.
Oh, absolutely. It's completely orchestrated the way you guys lay it out. I'm amazed. You guys are impressive.
I think a lot of people discredit us by saying we just have a bunch of guitar riffs and just take that one and that one and throw it together and do this and that. But a lot of thought goes into it, you know. And if you listen to classical music, that stuff isn't written with verses and choruses. It's written in movements, and there's often quite a few movements because stories are unpredictable. They don't just do the same thing over and over again because that's not interesting.
Yeah.
They weave in and out of ups and downs and sadness, happiness, anger, all sorts of things.
It's like having a conversation, you know, between a couple different people. You know, you wouldn't say the same thing over and over and over. You get the point across right away.
Yeah.
And you move on.
And you move on to the next piece.
Right.
That conversation will be pretty short.
Yeah.
Extremely boring. So full length out now, right? And
Full Length
Yeah.
is out.
Came
Came out
out.
in 2010.
Yep.
sweet.
Titled Unlorgia. Unlorgia.
Unlorgia.
Okay. Unlorgia?
UNLORJA.
There you go. Trying to the spelling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can
so
find that.
Don't be a jerk about it. It's an anagram for journal. All right, all right. Everyone knows.
Good marketing tactic, you know? Because journal is pretty hard to find as a band.
Yeah.
Type in journal online.
I was going to ask that. Alex.
Yeah.
What's the easiest way of finding you as far as the name, typing it in, searching it?
Yeah,
Journal
Unlorgia.
Unlorgia just because it's a made-up word.
Yeah.
And a made-up word, if we're the only ones, then, you know.
Yeah, touche.
I'm pretty sure we pop up on Facebook on the top.
As
if
journal?
you search journal, the word.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
He doesn't mind. I mean, it might just be that the algorithm, the Facebook algorithms that's making that happen, but
Works out.
yeah.
Whatever. I mean, if it works for people finding you, then it works for people finding you.
Yeah.
And like you said, you guys are looking for a bassist right now, but obviously, writing is always in the back of your head, always in the process. Are you guys working on maybe a follow-up EP, or putting stuff in the bank?
We've compiled a bunch of riffs individually, and just have to sit down and kind of figure out what direction we want a song to go. I think we've been talking about just doing a one-off song right now. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah, well, we want to do a one-song EP just because we're kind of getting the itch to write again a little bit. We've got Tony now, and he's got a lot of good ideas. Justin and I we did all of them more just sort of by ourselves, with the exception that Tony came in the tail end and contributed a couple riffs. But we haven't gotten to utilize his talents in full force yet.
Oh, okay.
So
Which we fully intend to do.
yeah, and
wonderful.
I'm
excited.
We're excited. We've got the itch to write, but we don't want to commit to doing a full length right now. So we figure that people would be interested if we came out with a one-song EP.
Absolutely.
Would satisfy that desire, and then also not be too stressed out. Because Norja was very stressful to write. So we'll do another full length again one day, but just right now we're focusing on one.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, the liberty of, the way music media is now, like internet, and the way you can just push out just one track and just have a little tease and stuff. I mean, that'd be perfect for you guys. Like, and even tons of bands do it. Mm-hmm. And it's the best way to just kind of make the people remember, or like know that you're still there, know
Keep
that
them
you're still
interested.
working. Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, it seems like people in SAC sometimes just like, oh yeah, that was great. Well, what other genres coming out? Like,
Right.
What's next coming up? But if you guys are always there, I mean, obviously it's interesting music. It's I haven't seen a band like it yet.
Yeah, the cool thing is, if we make it obnoxious enough, it's not easy to reproduce. Not easy for someone to rip us off. So, I mean, you can always be influenced by something, but to fully replicate something of the alternative genre might be a little different than trying to replicate us.
That's the goal.
So,
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's not so much the goal, it's just an added benefit. It's
Yeah.
we're not doing it on purpose. I mean, we have a love for video games and movies, and just not only playing them, but just like the compositions in those types of things are amazing. I mean, the Japanese composers that did all those 8-bit video games, ridiculous. So we're heavily inspired by that kind of stuff, and
Especially putting a full set of drums to it is crazy difficult.
yeah. See,
Yeah,
once you speed up the BPM 100 Gs, add in the drums and distort the guitars, all of a sudden all the moms and dads are running away. But and then you throw the vocals on top of there, and then everybody else is running away, except for the 5 or 6 people that like us.
But the kids will come to you, and then the parents will buy the stuff from the kids.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that plan. I like that plan.
So speaking of vocals, the LP that you guys put out, was there vocal tracks on there?
Are you talking about Casualties?
No, on the Norja,
Oh.
we had actually 3 vocalists on the Norja.
Oh, okay.
We had Jesse Alford from Embrace the End, Drew Winter from Shadow of the Colossus and Old Connecting from the Grave, and Coney Berman and The Human Equation. Jesse was doing all the yelling and screaming, and
Jesse did a good job. He sounds a lot like our old vocalist off of the first EP, Casualties of War. Actually, shockingly similar. It was weird when he recorded. I was like, even because we allowed him to have some freedom with vocal placement. We wrote the lyrics, but the placement was kind of, we let him mess with that. And it was shocking how similar both his sound and his style of the placing of the lyrics was. It was very strange. Drew did the high screams and the low screams.
Okay.
The guy, he's a little guy, but he sounds like a monster. And he's a pro too. He comes in and just lays it down, laid down all of his tracks, didn't even get hoarse or anything.